Today we're gonna be doing quite a different type of video because we're actually gonna be discussing and talking about the state of Beast Swarm Simulator right now. Because you might be like, well, what is wrong with Beast Swarm? Didn't we just get Beastmas a few months ago? Crazy how it's been a few months already, by the way. And aren't we also getting Beastmas Part 2 soon? And yeah, but there are quite some other problems in Beast Swarm that I feel like do definitely need to be talked about and brought more attention to than there is right now. Which is why over here we will be reacting to Master JB 15's video, my thoughts on the state of Beast Swarm. I leave his video down in the comments and in the description, same with his channel. Make sure to subscribe to him and stuff and watch it too. But yeah, let's just get straight into it.
Yo, it's your boy GB, and you know,
actually, yeah, he does make a lot of valid points too on the state of Beast Swarm. I've mentioned some previously, like with coconut combo being quite a problem, not exactly meaning to, oh yeah, do a crazy enough or anything, but we'll get to that in a second anyway.
oh, this is a different video, as you can tell by the title and thumbnail. I know it's been a while, and to say it lightly, I just been losing interest in the game ever since last Beastmas, when I burned myself extremely out boosting and worrying about my position on top 10, which I was lucky I was able to keep. It's just been affecting me super hard, and it just comes to I just have to motivate myself to play, which is not very normal, and I just feel like that's a new thing to me. But what got me really motivated to do the video was just because I saw other YouTubers making the fact on similar topics, and I was watching Mr. Sir's video, which you should check out. It's just basically goes over the stinger epidemic and like the lack of endgame players being
holy double bear morph
able to boost, which got me thinking on like some of the major problems that this game has. I just feel like, as someone who's able to boost and do very well, I just feel like I'm at an advantage, even though people who have different specs should have the same advantage, which I feel like kind of opens my eye to like a lot of issues with this game, and it not being like a fully skill-based game, which I feel like is the games that I really like. But yeah, I just think a lot of those issues just root from like the similar reason, the fact that like Onett just can't listen to his community, and I feel like if he added a lot of features, it would be really easy for like the game to reach like a very high level of degree in terms of like the community.
True.
And I just feel like Onett has kind of done the game a disservice, not being able to add like other things into the game that I think would benefit the game like massively.
Yeah, I mean, adding more ways for stingers is definitely going to be good. I know Onett doesn't act instantly sometimes because it took a while to fix trading, I think like 5 months, because Onett was busy and whatnot, but I know he does listen to us and he sees things.
Yeah, I think a lot of this is the similar reason to why you see other players quitting. Like you see Elol, like Mikey, and those people players who just like lose interest as well.
Yeah.
I just think they realize, and they just don't have as much interest in the game because of the fact that like it evolves, and like they just don't understand kind of like what the reason is to play the game, because of the lack of like content other than like competition between others.
True, I mean, we have been waiting for the new endgame backpack since 2021.
And I just feel like, as someone who likes to do everything in a game, I feel like for the first time ever when I got full 22 Hive, where I feel like I actually like beat the game, like I got top 10. So that was like a really like eye-opening moment where it was like every single bee costed like 100 quad. It was
yeah,
just,
now
like,
that is actually
insane.
crazy.
But I think to make it more understandable in my situation, I would kind of like to explain what happened and why like I'm even in this situation to begin with. Because I've definitely learned that the competitive nature in this game is just completely crazy, and it just feels like being able to control your own gameplay is one of the best things in certain games. And I just feel like some of the things that people do in this game is just like insane. Like,
True, I mean, that 50 quadrillion boost that Pollen Mag's done before, crazy.
I'll hear people talk about like having 10 or 11 different people rotating into different servers and doing combo to keep it.
Yeah, now that is the thing I did want to talk about too, because nowadays he does talk about it in a second and say that Beast Swarm is a team game, or hints at it. But yeah, Beast Swarm, if you didn't know, has lately been quite much of a team game, as Parlin Marks and Roreem have been having helpers and just a team to catch Coconut Combo. Because if you guys didn't know, and I've mentioned this before already, so I won't mention it crazy, but Coconut Combo does go crazy and give you so insane boosts, like ×2 pollen or some, maybe 50% honey from token, 50% red, white pollen, and Bluetooth, and more. I will just put it on the screen. And having this buff for the entire boost is maybe most insane thing ever. But to upkeep this buff, you do need a team and basically a full server of people with Coconut Combo and Cocoa Belts. And the problem with this is that to make a lot of honey, you nowadays need to have this 100%, or you'll be left behind. And I know that not a lot of people that are watching this will ever get through a stage like this to even have a team for Coconut Combo during your boost to make ×2 or 3 times more even. But if you are on the leaderboard, it's kind of just a requirement nowadays, which is kind of sad, because if you don't really have anyone, then you're at a really massive disadvantage. And what I'm trying to say is that you can't replay Beast Swarm by yourself anymore. You just need a team whenever you're boosting, and it's kind of taking the fun away from that, I guess. Or even during honey days, like, I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't really bring this up, but during honey days, you kind of need to boost 15 hours, 18 hours a day or more for 2 days straight to even make a crazy amount. Like, sometimes I kind of wish Beast Swarm wasn't like that, to use honey day to its full effect, but I guess that's just being sweaty though. That's not really something Onett could do, but it's still kind of an issue though if you're a top player. And as well, more parts of the team thing is that not exactly everybody does it, but there's a lot of people nowadays that, for example, Roreem, have different people boosting on the account, and it's not only one person boosting the entire time, which is why I've been saying team. And it's not saying, oh yeah, that they're bad or anything. They are of course one of the best boosters in the world, as Red, and started the Coconut Combo thing first. But yeah, you kind of nowadays need a team and people to help you during boosts. Now, we always had people to help you during boosts, but it's more people now and way harder to do. Now, I thought of things to potentially, I don't know if nerf it, but even just have Coconut Combo last for way longer, maybe even. That would kind of fix it, even if it wouldn't get nerfed, but make it last longer so everybody can actually have it, because Coconut Combo is kind of the main problem right now, really, to do with the end game boosting and stuff later. I know Master JB over here does talk about the stinger problem and stuff. That is still a problem, yes, and I'm sure something will happen with that, but this mostly overall is the thing that is being given the craziest numbers in Beast Swarm, and not everybody is able to pull that off. And what I thought was, what if he just extends the Coconut Combo passes to 1 hour, for example? You build it up before your boost and it lasts for that long. That could kind of save it, so everybody has a chance at crazy boost. There is a chance nothing will happen, and that Coconut Combo is clearly meant like that, then maybe. But Beast Swarm being a team game nowadays is definitely something interesting, and it will only get sweatier, but that's for all games. Anyway, let's keep reacting though.
It's like, okay, so we're just going insane. And then I also have other people which are like, which again isn't even like a new feature, but it's like having people share accounts, which again just shows the flawed nature of what Onett has created. And I just feel like if Onett was able to like create features that made the player be able to control, like a gummy sprinkler, being able to like flower the field. If you have like the ability to be able to buff yourself up to an infinite amount, like that just fully requires skill instead of like requiring like lineups that make it very difficult to kind of reach where you want to be in the game. And yeah, I just feel like it becomes a min-maxing game instead of just being who has the most skill. And
that is what I've lately been doing the entire time, because there isn't really anything else left for me to do after you get a maxed out digital beat, and after you get everything else, there's not exactly any more content left in the game. And what Onett kind of said through this, well, if you finished the game, then just move over to the next game and play something else, which it is kind of fair. But at the same time, if you love this game so much, you kind of want to see more and more content. And with Beast Swarm, I guess it is why it has been alive for so long, because we haven't had all these things yet, but still. And I have been mini-maxing myself. I was going to say that before. There's nothing else exactly left for me to do apart from going crazy on the all-time leaderboard now.
That kind of changes what the game was in my eyes in the very beginning. Buff yourself up to an infinite amount. Like that just fully requires skill instead of like requiring like lineups that make it very difficult to kind of reach where you want to be in the game. And yeah, I just feel like it becomes a min-maxing game instead of just being who has the most skill. And I feel like that kind of changes what the game was in my eyes in the very beginning. Yapping. I was just kind of want to talk about my thoughts on the game, but anyways, to stop talking about that, I would like to end on a positive note. So, as you know, Beatstorm has been around for like around 8 years, so there has been ups and downs. I feel like the game has been able to innovate whenever it's been at its lowest.
It has, yeah.
Such as the
That's why I said maybe sometimes it's a good thing letting Onett do what he's doing, or else the game will just die instead of adding everything at the same time.
Mushroom and Endgame Collectors coming out when there was no permanent content for 2 years prior.
Yeah.
Such as the introduction of Digital B soon after the macro meta was established, and the Windy Bee update that ended the first major drought in the game in terms of content. And I just think, regardless of what happens, I do think Beatstorm was and will be my personal favorite Roblox game.
Facts, mine too.
That there ever was.
Mine too.
And I think if I do decide to stop playing, which I think depends on any maybe future statements that Onett says, that I do hope I am captivated and interested to reach my final milestone that I have right now, which is to reach 1 quintillion honey. So yeah.
Yeah, I am definitely sure Onett will end up doing something, because Onett always does something to fix the game. Like, that's why I said Onett does listen to us. It's just that it does take a while, and he really just thinks about it for a while too. And that's why this isn't really supposed to be any hate to Onett or anything. I hope he doesn't take it as that. This is more of a what really is happening in Beatstorm right now, how to potentially fix it, and what to potentially add. I know I'm not going to tell Onett, oh yeah, you should add this, add the endgame backpacks already. He'll add it whenever he thinks it's time. But I'm sure he will do something about stingers. He might add a new type of way, a new type of item. Onett always clutches up at the end of the day, which is why we're here. And I guess if you are bored of Beatstorm, you can just take a break always and wait until the next update. That's usually what people do. Even when business ends, people just wait until the next update. It's kind of like a cycle. But I do hope Onett does do something about the team situation in Beatstorm. Not exactly that, oh yeah, he has to fully remove or do anything with Coco Belt, just that maybe he makes it a little easier to maintain the Coco combo. It's the best possible situation that could really happen, so everybody could actually have it, rather than it being so hard to maintain and so sweaty. Now, enough yapping though for now. Let me know what you guys think about this situation. I guess we have to just wait until the next big update, not Business Part 2 probably, with content and stuff finally come out. At one point, I guess we will have to get new bags and more new items, and that is definitely when the game is going to change even more, and all the money that everyone is making right now will be like zero, nothing to the next power creep.